So question 15 from lesson 4.7. The important things to note here is this is an amount we want to have, which is in the future. So this number right here is a future amount. We know we're going to put it in for 30 years, and our interest rate is 6%. So as a decimal, 6/100ths. And we're also compounding monthly, and we need to know that too. We want to know how much to deposit now. So the question is, what is our present value to reach this retirement goal that we have here? So the formula for compound interest, future value is equal to the present value times parentheses 1 plus the adjusted rate, which is R over N, and that N depends on how many times a year you compound. So if we're compounding monthly, N would be 12. And then the power here would be N times T, and most calculators need a parentheses for that power. So notice we have two sets of parentheses, one for the base, one for the power.
So would the power be 12 times 10?
No, we're compounding monthly here, and there's 12 months in a year. Our N is 12 here.
Yeah, that's what I said. The R is the...
Oh, 12. Okay, so you have 10 years for your problem as opposed to 30 years?
No, I meant in the to the power of would N be the 12 times 30?
Yeah, that's the N times the T there. Yeah, so next I need to plug in. So important thing here is noticing that the 200,000 isn't the present value, it's the future value. So that's going to give me 200,000 equals P times parentheses 1 plus that 6% as a decimal, 6/100ths over 12. Only the 6/100ths is divided by the 12, not the 1. And then my power is 12 times 30. Now, this right here is just a number when I plug it into my calculator. To solve for P, we're going to have to divide by that number on both sides. So at this point, I'm just going to go to my calculator to figure out what that number is so I can divide it. So we got to use our parentheses carefully. 1 plus 0.06, 6/100ths over 12. Close the parentheses after that division, and then raise it to the power, parentheses, 12 times 30.
No, the 0.06 on yours, was that the percent?
Yes, that's the interest rate. Right, so the first thing I do in a problem like this is I write down the formula that I need to use. And then after I write that down, I plug in the numbers in all the spots.
Okay. Would you leave that there for just 1 second?
Yes.
P to the 1 plus R rate over whatever N equals, and then to the power of N times T, which is time.
Correct.
Oh, and N is the like the quarterly or monthly or whatever that is.
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
because it's monthly, I use N equals 12.
right.
And so now we're ready to use the calculator on the parentheses times P, so we know what number to divide by. So I get, for my values, 6% every 12 months for 30 years. I get about 6.023 if I were to round it. Now I'm going to avoid rounding it by just I know I need to divide by that number because in my work, I show it as a multiple. So if I did round it, which you always have to be careful about intermediate rounding, at this point, I have 200,000 equals P times 6.02257-ish. And that would round a little different, but I'm not going to worry about that. The point is I need to divide by that number to solve for P. And I can avoid rounding by using my calculator's answer button. So I don't have to worry about whether I rounded that right or if I have enough decimal places there. So next, I want to know what is 200,000 divided by my previous answer. So on your calculator, you can use your previous answer button, which on many calculators is shift or second to get that value. So according to this, if I deposited about 33,000 now, in 30 years, I would have $200,000 by just letting it sit in the bank. If only I could get a 6% interest rate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then just double check the fine print on the problem. Does it say anything about rounding? It's dollars, so I would enter my answer to the nearest dollar and cent. So for me, I would enter $33,208.39. Place, here we go. 208,039 is what I would enter there. Other questions on that problem?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but
Okay.
so I'm putting in my things for my problem.
Okay, tell me what your
Exactly how you
values
got-
were, Josiah.
What?
What were your values?
600,000 for future.
Okay.
15 years.
15 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 9%.
9%.
Yeah, I think that's what mine are too.
So on the calculator, my parentheses would look like 1 plus 0.09 over 12. And then to the power, parentheses, 12 times 15. And then that would be our divisor, and the 600,000 would be our numerator. So double check on your calculator that you typed that right, and then divide it. And again, your calculator has that answer feature like mine does, but you have to use second or shift.
Will you leave that up there just for a sec?
Yeah, hang on, I just want to look at the calculator again. Where'd it go? Over here. Yeah, so second above the minus key is where your previous answer button is, so you don't have to worry about rounding. All right, so this is the way, this would be the final answer for that version of the problem. I'm going to plug that into a calculator in a sec to see what happens.
Okay, 600,000 divided by parentheses 1 plus 0.09 divided by 12 close parentheses to the power of 12 times 15 close.
Correct.
And I got 15632.97.
I'm going to do this in stages. First, I'm going to calculate the number times P. So that's the multiple. So where I got about 6 before, this is about 3.8. And then I want to take that initial amount, the 600,000, zeros, yep, and divide by that previous answer. Yeah, so I get, in this case, I would have to deposit about $156,000, 329.66 to end up with $600,000 50 years later.
How did you do that that power thing with this Desmos calculator.
Yeah.
I tried it on both calculators, and it wasn't going through correctly for me. I kept getting 1.
Are you using parentheses for the power
Yeah, I was using parentheses.
and for the base?
Yeah.
Does yours look like mine here?
When I was putting it in both my handheld and this
Yeah.
Desmos calculator.
On the handheld calculator, it's that the hat key right here in the
No,
middle.
I know how to do it on the handheld, but like
Okay.
it wasn't going through correctly for me. It was giving me 1 for the answer.
On your handheld calculator?
Yeah, and then I also tried to use this online calculator that you're using.
The Desmos Scientific?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know how to do the power thing, like how you just did.
So the power is the A to the B here,
Oh,
is the power. So it's again parentheses 1 plus the 0.09, and we should be able to make this work on your calculator too. Oops, I forgot my divide by 12. Sorry about that.
1 plus.
So I can point to your calculator and tell you what buttons I would hit. And then I have to raise it to the power, and I need parentheses here for sure, and that's the 12 times 15.
Divided by 12.
So you should get that 3.838 number on this too. Did that work, Josiah?
yeah, I got it.
Okay, so let's take a look at your calculator. Let me make a screenshot of that and say how I think I would type it. I don't have one of those in front of me, so I'm just kind of, oops, why didn't that work? Oh, there we go, new page, please. All right, so here's that calculator. So to do this on this calculator, I would start with parentheses. So that would be the first thing I would type. So it should be, let's highlight them on here. I would do parentheses and then 1 plus 0.09. And then I would just use the division key here to divide by 12. And then we'd have to close the parentheses. And then this is my power key over here, right? You know how to do that. So then I would do power parentheses 15 times 12, close parentheses.
Would you leave that up there for just 1 sec?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so try it on your calculators. That should be about 3.838.
0.09 divided by 12, close the parentheses to the power of parentheses 15 times 12, close parentheses. I got 3.838.
Yeah, good. Josiah, any luck on that one?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good, okay. Yeah, and then the next step would be to type, after I entered that, type the 600,000 and then use the division key and then use second answer here to divide by that number.
Do we leave this long number in?
Yeah, we would just leave it right there and then just start typing 600,000 divide, and then this second negative gives you the previous answer, which is that number above. And that right there should give you that 150,000-ish number.
Okay, so leave that 3.838.
You can just leave it there and type over it, or you could clear it. It doesn't matter if you clear it or not.
I don't want to clear it, but now I just type the 600,000.
Correct, just type that right there. Divided by second negative to get the previous answer, and then hit enter or equals, and that should give you that $150,000 number.
Divided by parentheses.
No, you don't need parentheses. You don't. I was just emphasizing what I was doing there. You don't need the
Okay, well, I can go back. Divided by
second, the negative sign to get the previous answer.
Second. And is that the 156329?
That sounds right. Let's see. 156,329. Yep.
0.6602.
Correct.
Yay. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I guess I need to buy another one of those calculators. I used to have one, but I think I gave it away.
Oh my
These
gosh.
are awesome calculators too, because they're inexpensive. They get the solar, so you never have to worry about batteries if you have a light in the room. It's a great calculator.
Have you been recording this?
I have.
Yay. I'll be quiet now.